Welcome back, or if you're new here, my name is Ashley. We're about to go on vacation, and I love vacation planning videos, so I thought I'd take you along for my own. Now it's my turn. I find these kind of videos pretty fun, so hopefully you do too. If you do, please like and subscribe, that really helps me out. Without further ado, my vacation plans for 2025. We are travelling in fall in the Northern Hemisphere, or it's spring here in the Southern Hemisphere. I'm in Australia if you can't hear the accent. Regardless, setting the scene for our vacation, it will be fall. We're going to 3 cities in the US. So I've been to America once briefly in 2023. I think I was there for seriously only 10 or 12 days. But I absolutely fell in love. We went to Honolulu, San Diego, and Orange County. Loved it. Loved that trip so much. And we visited Disneyland. Of course, then I was bitten by the Disney park bug and the America bug. So I absolutely had to return, and I'm dragging my partner with me this time. We are going to first Dallas, then Orlando, and then LA. So I've been planning this trip for 13 months, and I've pretty much planned out absolutely everything, and I've put it in a Notion template. I made it all pretty. If you're interested in seeing this template, I can clean it up and I can link it to you if you want. So just let me know in the comments if you are interested in that. So we have direct flights to Dallas and from Los Angeles. Both of these flights are about 16 hours, which is really long, but Orlando, if you want to get from Australia to Orlando directly, you're going to be flying for over 24 hours and you've got layovers. So no thank you. I'm so excited. So the first city we're going to is Dallas. Our highlights for this trip: first of all, we can't stop thinking about the barbecue. We're so excited. I found a few places that I want to check out, but the one that I'm most excited for is Terry Black's Barbecue. That's in Deep Ellum where we're actually staying. So I looked it up. It's like a 7-minute walk. Not bad. I think there's a couple of other barbecue places in Deep Ellum where we're staying. So I'm really happy about where we chose to stay because there's so much within walking distance. Bars, there's barbecue, there's a coffee shop literally downstairs from the apartment we're staying in. Very excited. Also, we're dying to see a rodeo, and I'm really hoping we can go over to Fort Worth. I looked up, it's really expensive to Uber. There's a Greyhound bus that is even more expensive. It's all a bit complicated. But I just found that there's actually a train, so that's only $5, something crazy. So I think we'll be taking the train over there. Fingers crossed that works out, because I'm really wanting to see Fort Worth. It looks like an old Western town that they've still got all beautifully restored, and they have the cattle walking through the streets, I think twice a day. So cool. So I'm really hoping we can go. There's also rodeos there. It's a little expensive, but we'll see, because I'm dying to see a rodeo. We're also going to go to a gun range. My partner Alex is pretty into shooting guns. He likes to play Battlefield and those kinds of games. I'm more of a Disney Dreamlight Valley girl myself. Can't relate, but it's his trip too, so we'll go. So I found the Dallas-Fort Worth gun range, and it's only a short Uber from our apartment. So I think there's an IHOP across the road too, so maybe we'll get some pancakes. My absolute highlight of Dallas is going to be the Texas State Fair. So excited. I know it's so silly, but during COVID, I hate crowds, okay? I hate crowds, like everyone else. But during COVID, we'd been in lockdown for so long that I started missing being in crowds and crowd noises. And I used to play cafe background noises while drinking coffee with my mum. And one thing I did was also I watched a couple of times a POV 4K walkthrough of the Texas State Fair. It's so silly. But if you lived through a long lockdown, you understand. Yeah, I just remember sitting there and pretending that I'm walking through the Texas State Fair. I'm going to go get a corn dog or some kind of whipped cream deep fried thing. And the crowd noises and everyone's laughing and happy and all together and nobody knows COVID's coming. Anyway, it's a silly story, but I am dying to go to the Texas State Fair myself. And I'm so excited to see it in person. And we actually planned the timing of this trip around when the Texas State Fair was going to be on, because everything else, it doesn't matter what time you go, Disney World's still there year round, you know? So I made sure that would overlap with when we were in Dallas. So we leave Saturday evening or afternoon, and the Texas State Fair starts on Friday. So depending on how we're feeling, we could do 1.5 days of the Texas State Fair. Next, we are traveling to Orlando, and like I've already alluded to, we're going here for Disney World. Okay. I'm so excited. I have been looking into Disney World so much for research, for fun, whatever. I've been watching so many Walt Disney World vlogs. All my favorite YouTubers now, Disney vloggers. I'm listening to Disney podcasts. I'm in it. So there was a big decision here about whether we were going to stay on property. It's a whole thing. There are hotels, resorts in Disney World, because apparently it's the size of San Francisco, this place. I can't wrap my head around that. There are hotels and resorts in Disney World property that are far more expensive. I looked. Far more expensive than outside. But there's some benefit to that. Like there's free transportation to the parks. I want to say that it's quick to get back to your hotel room, but it kind of seems like this is a massive place. It's going to take you forever to get back to your hotel anyway. For us, we've chosen to stay off property, simply just because of the cost. If we were going to stay on property, we could probably barely afford to do 4 days of the parks, and there's 4 parks that we want to visit. A lot of podcasts and videos that I've been watching have really stressed me out that we're going to miss out on things if we don't use all these tips and tricks. Even with the lightning lanes, it seems like you kind of have to fight for your reservation to go to the rides. It kind of freaking me out. So instead of doing 1 day per park, I wanted to have a couple of extra days just in case we miss out on anything. We can choose the 2 parks where we missed out on the most. So we're doing 6 park days. As you buy more and more days in your park ticket, it gets a little bit cheaper. So I think by the end, from 5 days to 6 days, I think it was only $50 something difference, and plus it's extra park days, so I'm not complaining. But to justify that extra cost, we were not going to stay on property, especially because the longer we go to Disney, the more days we have to stay at that hotel, right? So the extra park days start costing a lot more. So I found a place called the Blue Heron Beach Resort and booked that. It was free cancellation on booking.com or whatever. So I booked that place, and that was, I'm thinking in Australian dollars because booking.com converted it to Australian, but I think it was just over $2,000 for 13 nights, which is insane. Maybe it's because we're staying so many nights, but it's a very good deal. And it looks like it's a huge apartment. It's got a bedroom, it's got 2 bathrooms, a living room, a whole kitchen. And then with the money that we're saving by not staying on property, to get to the parks every day, we're just going to Uber and Lyft. And I mean, it's not cheap, but with how much more expensive it is to stay on Disney World property, we're still saving money. A lot of money. So I'm happy to pay the extra for the Ubers because we're still saving money at the end of the day. So hopefully that works out, because I don't know how many Ubers are going to be there. I don't know if the price is going to go up around certain times. But regardless, at the most expensive price it could be, it's still not going to be more expensive than staying in a Disney World resort. Trust me. After I booked Blue Heron Resort, Alex actually was talking to a colleague who goes to Disney World very often. And he actually recommended, without hearing that we were staying there, the Blue Heron Beach Resort. So I think it's going to be good. We've had it recommended to us, so I'm very excited. Like I said, we're doing 6 park days at Disney World. For the rest of the days, we would love to go to NASA. That's a huge highlight for Alex. He really loves space and all things space. I like space. I really like space, but he's on another level. I'm finding the transport from where we are near Lake Buena Vista over to Port Canaveral is very expensive. I think the cheapest way we could do it is still going to cost $120 US. I've spent so much time trying to reduce the cost on this, but it's just not happening. And the buses that they mention on the tickets, you can pay an extra cost for a bus to bring you to Port Canaveral, they're even more expensive. So I'd rather just a private Uber than pay more for a bus where we're probably going to have to go and meet everyone and then get on a bus with other people. We'll just Uber. There's not too many other things we're doing. I mean, we're also doing Universal, and there's not too many other things we're doing in Orlando, because although we have 13 nights, we're doing 6 park days in Disney, 3 in Universal. So that's 9 park days. So realistically, not a lot of free time, and we want rest days in between. So I think most of our time is kind of full up. So like I said, Universal, we're going to be there for 3 days. We've got the new park, Epic Universe. I'm so excited to see that. I've heard that all the rides and everything, they're brand new designs, brand new technology. So I'm so excited to see what they've done with the place. And the portals to each of the lands, I don't know if you've seen it. It looks so cool. I mean, from what I can see online, they've done such a great job on this park. So I'm really excited to see that in person. And then the other two, there's Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, I think it's called. We've got the park to park ticket so that we can ride the Hogwarts train. So if you don't know, if you're visiting the two older parks in Universal Orlando, they connect to each other with the Hogwarts Express, but you can only ride the Hogwarts Express if you have a park to park ticket, which I can't remember how much more money it was, but it was a lot. So I'm hoping we like that, because it costs a lot of money. Regardless, we really don't expect to be traveling back to Orlando anytime soon, so you gotta do it. If it's a once in a lifetime trip, we gotta do it. I'm also really excited to see the Harry Potter lands. There's one in every Universal park. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in America at least, there's a Harry Potter section in every park. And I'm really excited to see it. It looks like they do such a great job, especially in Epic Universe. It looks like, I don't know what it's meant to be. It's like the Ministry of Magic, but it's French. Maybe the Ministry of Magic is in France. I'm not like the biggest Harry Potter fan or anything. Don't quiz me. But it looks so cool. And I saw on Disney Food Blog, they went to the new Ministry of Magic, whatever it's called, the French section at Epic Universe, and I saw there's butterbeer crepes. I love crepes. So I'm in. I'm so in. We have to get that. I'm also excited for the Velocicoaster. Everyone I've seen ride it has come off and said it's the best roller coaster they've ever ridden and you have to ride it. I like roller coasters, but I like Disney roller coasters. Anything above that, anything faster than that, I don't like. So I've got FOMO. If it's an amazing roller coaster, I don't want to miss out. And like I said, if it's once in a lifetime, I really want to ride it and not regret not riding it. But it does look really scary. It looks really, really fast. So I don't know. I think Alex will enjoy it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe. I'm scared. I guess I'll see how I handle all of the rides at Disney World. And then maybe I'll look up the top speeds of those and compare it to the Velocicoaster and see from there. I don't know. I really don't want to miss out if it is that good. You know what I mean? So we'll see. And our final city will be LA. I'm really excited to do more Universal days because we are going to Universal there. And the hotel that we're staying at actually has a free shuttle. They call it a trolley. That doesn't make any sense to me. We don't call anything a trolley here in Australia. I'm assuming it's either a bus or a tram, or regardless, there's a free shuttle and it will take us to either the Metro in Studio City and or Universal. So we looked up the tickets and I'm so glad I looked them up early. We bought them in August. It just so happened that I looked them up a few days before there was a sale that was going to end, and it was buy one day, get one free. So Universal suddenly became like the cheapest thing that you could possibly do in LA. Free shuttle, half price tickets. There are a few rides that are in Orlando and LA, so if we miss them in Orlando, we can go and do them in LA. So it takes a bit of pressure off, so I like that too. We're also really wanting to do like all the Hollywood stuff, like the Walk of Fame. We want to see the sign. I'm thinking from Griffith Observatory. That's really hard for me to say, that word. Griffith Observatory. I've heard that that's got a really good view of the Hollywood sign. People like going there at sunset as well, and there's an observatory with free admission. So it's like, if we're going to Uber somewhere, at least it's got multiple highlights. And that's another thing. LA, you can't public transport there. You either got to rent a car or you are Ubering everywhere. And I put our hotel and different locations into Uber and Lyft. It is wildly expensive. Everything is so far away. And then not even that. It doesn't have to be far away for it to be so much traffic that it takes you half an hour. It's actually insane. So we actually switched where we were staying, I think 3 times, because it is so hard to get close to everything that you want to see. So we had to just cut some things off the list. Like, we really wanted to see the USS Iowa. We're going to have to cut it off the list unless we do a rental car one day, because it's so far away. Santa Monica we may have to cut off. That is, I think, from where we are. I think it's over 2 hours public transport. But if you're driving, I think it's only like 40 minutes. How does that even work? I think I seriously underappreciate Melbourne's public transport system. I complain about it all the time. LA's obviously way worse. Anyway, we're gonna have to budget some Ubers for LA. But something we're absolutely doing is the Walk of Fame and the Hollywood sign, like I said. Universal, and we're really hoping to do some studio tours. So there's a backlot studio tour at Universal, and that's included with the price of your ticket. So we're really excited to do that. Alex is really into movies. Who's not into movies, really? So I'm very happy to go on the studio lot tours. There's also one near our hotel, Warner Brothers. I think we can actually catch a bus. and I think it's like 15 minutes. I'm holding on to hope that we can public transport to something. Like I said, the Ubers, they're expensive, and it's the end of the trip, so we've probably spent all our money by this point. And after Disney World, where I'm going to spend all my money anyway. We looked into like Sony and some other studio tours, but it's so hard to get to. And like I said, we're only there for 4 or 5 days, so I don't want to overcommit. LA is super easy for us to get to in comparison to Orlando, so it's not out of the question that we'll be back. So we can do it next time. You may be wondering why I haven't mentioned Disneyland for LA. Remember what I said about Ubers? Very, very expensive. And to get down to Disneyland, it is just so expensive. And I'd rather plan the trip around that. Where in LA, there's things that I've never seen before in LA. Even though I really want to go to Disneyland, it's really expensive. We don't have much time. I'm going to focus on Walt Disney World instead. And hopefully I won't be thinking about Disneyland the entire time we're in LA. In planning for this trip, I have learned so much about these 3 cities. And like I said, I spent 13 months planning this trip. So if you'd like a comprehensive list of all the highlights and landmarks that I was looking into, whether we will go or not, comment down below. If you'd like my Notion template, please comment down below and I'll clean it up and link it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and stay tuned because by the time you're seeing this, I will be editing my travel vlogs and they will be up very soon. So you'll get to see our actual holiday. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed my vacation plan video. If you're curious about what makeup I packed, I actually have a video here where I did a full face using my makeup travel bag just to check what does or does not belong, and I did take things out and add things in. So that video is here if you'd like. I'll see you soon.